What's up, guys? Thanks for being with me for another video. And I'm actually super excited about this topic here because, about a month and a half ago, I thought I'd be having a video with the complete opposite energy. I want to encourage you guys. I have two great videos on this topic already on my channel. First, which came out before the season, the Russell Westbrook experience, just talking about how he was going to fit in Houston, his play style, personality, all that stuff. And I do a great breakdown of just the kind of shots you do and don't want Westbrook taking. And then just about a month ago, I had a video called Stop Shooting Jump Shots, Russell Westbrook. And it was after a stretch where Russ on back-to-back nights, he had a 7 for 30 night, followed up by a 7 for 27 night. And, the field goal percentage was bad enough, but just the kind of shots he was taking, he was shooting so many jumpers. Of those 27-30 shots, I would argue 60-70% of his shots were outside of the paint, which you really don't want from him. And I'm going to talk about today just really a crazy development. It's been awesome to see. I think I mentioned in my last video about the Rockets, Russ has not had a stretch like this since his MVP season. We're now in the last 6 games, Russell Westbrook is averaging 31 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists on 60% shooting. And that's what I pointed out. I was like, since he's never had a stretch like this scoring efficiency wise, since his MVP season. If we're going to actually just look at raw shooting efficiency that people look at, he's probably never had a stretch like this over his career. And I want you guys to watch some of these plays he's making. He seems to, I don't know if it's through coaching or just the Rockets having more spacing. Him being in a new situation, maybe adjusting his game, just being a little more disciplined. But he's just been relentlessly attacking the basket, just off of rebounds and fast break opportunities, but then also in the half court. Usually Russ has always been a great post-up guard. He can take you to the basket, he can find his little fadeaway, he can find guys, but too often he would just settle for the mid-range jumper. And now, just time after time after time, he's just getting to the basket. He's finding Capella, he's finding shooters, all from the post. And again, it's more of just a consistency about doing what he needs to do every play that I've really never seen him quite like this. And it hasn't, he's been just still as relentless as ever. It's by far the best he's looked since his MVP season. I mean, I can't even think of another stretch that's close, just in terms of just how good he looks out on the floor, his impact on the game. It's been actually kind of unfortunate that the Rockets have lost some of these games, and that's anyone that's been paying attention knows that the reason that the Rockets have been losing over that 6 games is because of James Harden. Now, I'm not trying to make this a video about James Harden. He's going to turn things around. He played well against the Nuggets last night, but the reason why they're not 6-0 during this stretch, which really they should be. When you look at when Russ is playing like this, I mean, really no team. If Harden's playing an average game, you're going to have to be playing at your best to match this. I mean, what Russ is doing is not, he's clearly now an all-star this year, but this is MVP type stuff. I mean, if we're being real, this is MVP Russ right here, and he seems to be back. And again, as we go through this, I'm sure, and they start to find their way again, we'll have more people chime in about, is it what the Rockets have done as a coaching staff, and is it just the spacing? Because again, I've watched Russ's entire career, and so I've always thought about the benefit he would have with the spacing, playing with a team like Houston, and how that just would make the game so much easier for him. His field goal percentage would go up. But as far as this stretch shooting 60%, it's more than just the spacing. The spacing has really helped him see that he doesn't have to shoot as many jump shots, and really that's been honed in his brain that he doesn't have to. But just the discipline to, even when he's got, how many times, if you're a Russ fan, when Russ gets going, if he starts out, 4 for 6, 5 for 8, 5 for 9, the chances of him going 5 for 9 again after that are slim to none, because he's always created his field goal percentage by taking just these tough jumpers, whether they're in the post, whether they're just quick shot clock and early in the shot clock pull-ups from 3 or from mid-range. You know what I'm talking about. He would take so many shots, if he had it, especially if he had it going and felt good, that would just crater his field goal percentage. Or when the team was down, that's the other thing. The team has been down or have given up. Russ is classic. If they're up and the other team goes on a big run, that's when Russ starts really becoming aggressive and will start taking a lot of jump shots. But he's refrained from all that, and so that's that's a discipline thing that I have to give some credit to. Maybe just a new environment in Houston, or someone on that staff that has really got him to just see where he's best to attack each and every game, and to stay within that. Again, like, there hasn't, not in one of these games has he got jump shot happy. He's gone from shooting, I've always said, like, Russ, you need to get down to shooting maybe 6 to 8 jumpers a game, and he hasn't even been shooting that many. I think over the last few years, he's probably been shooting anywhere from 10 to 12 jumpers a game, which is just far too much for probably, definitely a below average shooter in the NBA, but probably the worst shooting starting point guard in the league. And that I hate saying that so strongly about Russ, but in today's NBA, he is that. He's not, as far as jump shooting point guards, he's probably the worst starter in the league just in terms of that. So why was he shooting? I mean, those 2 games I brought up earlier, 7 for 27, 7 for 30. He shot close to 20 jumpers in both those games, that's just a lot of jumpers. So I really love how he's attacked through this. Maybe he just needed to get fully healthy in his body right. And again, it's still, you got to give credit to either coaching or just maybe, again, being in a new environment. I think you might be, when your teammates, when you have a 7 for 30 game and your teammates are like, man, like, you know what you're good at, like, can't nobody stop you doing this. Maybe just those, hearing that with a new perspective, being on a new team, it just kind of hit a little harder because it's not his team. He can't just do everything his way. Really honed him in. Again, I'm not sure exactly what it is. I think there's a lot of different things it could be, but it's great to see, and we've been continuing to see it, and I think it's going to continue. Like, just when you watch him, he's just continued to stay just relentless, and it's so consistent. Like, he's not one time has he got jump shot happy, and he's had, like, that Laker game, that third quarter when the Lakers are going on that huge run. I mean, that is a classic time for Russ to say, I need to start putting up some threes here. I need to start, making sure that I'm the one that not in a selfish way, but just he's trying to get back in the game, and it's been awesome to see him kind of refrain from all that. This is, really made me think just how long he can be an all-star, moving forward. Like, he really looks good right now on both ends of the floor, and it's only a great thing, great sign of things to come for the Rockets as Harden gets back on track and they get going. Again, guys, I just had to get in and talk about this. I mean, this is MVP Russ is back. I mean, it's great to see. And then, like I said, the elimination of some of these just tough jump shots that he's taken throughout his career, which have always created his field goal percentage. I know these last 2 years or 3 years now, I don't know what's happened to Russ's three-point shot. I really couldn't tell you. But not that he's ever been a good shooter. He's always been a below-average three-point shooter. But the reason why his damn three-point percentage was so low, before these last couple of years, was because he just took some horrible three-point shots and would take so many of them. And his field goal percentage overall, like, he's a 43% field goal shooter. He could have been shooting 45, 46% if he would just eliminate some of these jumpers, these bad jumpers he's taken throughout his career. But this stretch of games, 60%. Again, that to me is just, he's really seen something and found a way. Something has clicked with him in a way that I would have never saw coming. Even as things started with the Rockets, he had a good little start, but then he started to really struggle, and I just did not see this coming, and it seemed to have come out of nowhere. So I'm super happy about my guy Russ, my favorite player. I've been down with him for a long time. Anytime you guys see on my videos I might be having some negative energy towards Russ, that's just, anybody that loves Russ has been there with him. Maybe the game I'm frustrated with him, you were less frustrated, but we've all been frustrated with him at some point, and that's just me venting my frustration. Same with Harden too. Like, Harden's a great player, but we know what it looks like when Harden struggles, and it can be frustrating. And same with Russ. So I'm excited about what's to come for Russ and the Rockets. If MVP Russ is here, anything is possible. And I take back what I said about them not being able to compete for a championship. If this is going to be the Russ we get, and we get Harden back going in his bag, I mean, the NBA better watch out. So thank you for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and leave a comment about what you think about Russ's play right now. I'm curious to hear what you guys, Russ fans and people that maybe aren't Russ fans, have thought about just how he's playing. I'm showing you guys some highlights here just to kind of see what he's been doing, and it's been that each and every game. So appreciate you watching this video, and make sure you subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. All right.